47% of Americans are not paying taxes in 2009. Warren Buffett is going to pay $50 million in income tax in 2009. He is estimated to be worth somewhere between $45 and $50 billion. If half the Americans are paying no income tax and the super rich are seemingly paying very little, where is the government going for its revenue? The middle class, the hardworking, income-earning, productive American citizens are the primary source of revenue for our government. Understandably, the middle class feels exceptionally burdened by our tax system. In 1773, the American colonies revolted against the British government in the Boston Tea Party, one of the major events leading up to the American Revolutionary War. The main issue of the Boston Tea Party was taxation without representation. The American colonies were paying taxes to the British government and were getting very little say in their rule. Well, today we have the opposite political situation. We have a representative government, but half of those represented are not paying any taxes. Now, I don't believe for 1 minute we're in for violent revolution in this country. But I have serious concerns about our future. If you combine those that are paying no tax with our citizens that are 100% dependent on the federal government for their income, we have a super majority. The vast majority of the electorate has a sincere interest in the status quo. With that in mind, there's very little opportunity for change. Even if somehow our government started taxing the majority of the citizens, it wouldn't make that much of a difference. There's a reason the lower incomes pay very little in taxes. They don't make much. Taxing lower incomes is not politically savvy, spiritually sound, or financially useful. Fine, let's go after the rich then. Well, we do. We have a graduated tax system. The more you make, the more you pay. Wealthy pay taxes on their unearned income and capital gains as well. Now, if you're thinking, wait a second, didn't you just say Warren Buffett is only paying $50 million on $50 billion? That's 0.1%. But that's on his wealth. In America, we don't tax wealth. We tax income, earned and unearned. Warren Buffett only pays himself about $100,000 a year salary and earns a little bit less than another $100,000 on the boards he sits on. The vast majority of his income comes in the way of dividends and capital gains. That's taxed at a flat 15%. And that's how it works out that he seems to pay so little tax. So then most people say, let's then increase the unearned income tax rate. Well, our government is in the process of doing that. But do you know what's going to happen when that happens? It's happened every time they've increased the tax rate. The revenues to the government are going to drop. What happens? The investor says, stop paying me dividends or cut them back. The risk isn't worth it. The company they're invested in hoards the cash. They'll buy other businesses and do shell projects and invest in other ways, but for the most part, they hoard cash, and their value grows, it inflates. And the investor's wealth grows with it. The wealthy get more wealthy. So, the government's getting less revenue, and the wealthy are getting much more wealthy. Well, where's the government going to get its money? Back to the wages, back to the middle class. It has nowhere else to go. Well, Armed with these facts, what are the options for the middle class? Continue to struggle in the middle? Give up and join the lower half that aren't paying taxes? Or join the wealthy? Where do you want to be in 10, 20, 30 years? Scraping by on government handouts? Still struggling with the middle? Or do you want to be more concerned with how you're spending your time than how you spend your money? Ladies and gentlemen, if you are sick in the middle and you want to join the wealthy, start today. Today is April 15th, Tax Day, USA. Start your own personal tax revolt. Start saving money and building wealth. Set dates certain that you will be wealthy. Build a plan to get there and execute your plan. You will win.